What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of The.Comic.Assassin. It has been a long time since I've been able to do a video for you guys. I'm doing this live. I doubt anybody's going to jump on the stream. If they do, great, awesome. I welcome all of it. But I have been MIA for a very long time. And, there's been a lot of stuff going on. 2020 was not fun for a lot of people, including myself. And just been dealing with stuff, man. Been dealing with trying to do the PhD stuff, trying to do the remote learning with the kids and everything else. And it has not been, hasn't been very good for me being able to do videos for you guys. But I have a lot of books to show, and I figured I have tons of stuff to show off. Let me go ahead and do it live. Let me get it all in one outing. Y'all can see what I've been picking up, and yeah, we'll just jump into it. So there's going to be a lot of back week books for y'all to see. Let's start off with Spawn 313. I still got a lot of catching up to do with Spawn. This book right here has been a really fun book. Scumbag. This is number 3. And this is just a really fun read, y'all. It really is. A Girl Walks Home Alone at Night, number 2. So the first one I really liked. I really enjoyed the movie. So this is based off a movie, which is kind of hard to do. And there's another book that's kind of related in this same category. It's kind of hard to do movie adaptations of comic books. But I really enjoyed issue number 1. And issue number 1 got really hot too. So I got number 2. King in Black, number 2. As we all know, this is the Marvel's pretty much big series that's going on right now. I got that one. This one I was actually excited about. So Wolverine, Black, White, and Blood, which first off, to me, if you're a Wolverine fan, you'll love the read. This is the nitty-gritty version of Wolverine. No doubt about it. But with number 2, they did a secret variant. My comic book shop got shorted. And whenever they tell me that, I always get a little suspicious. Okay, you mean you got shorted? What's up, Perry? How you doing, bud? But I was able to pick up the secret variant. So the normal issue would have Wolverine with the mask on. The secret variant has him with the mask off, and it was on the shelf the next week after. So I was like, hey, picking that bad boy up. Red Hood, number 52. And this is another one I was talking about adaptations. So this was an adaptation from an actual book going into a comic book, and that's Sleeping Beauties, number 4. It's been an interesting read. I really enjoyed Sleeping Beauties, the novel. Oh, yeah, so they did the secret variant, Perry? So, yeah, for Wolverine, Black, White, and Blood, there was a secret variant. And, I'm the type of guy, I'm at my comic book shop first thing when they open up on Wednesday. Like 10 o'clock, my comic book shop opens up. And I heard about this variant pretty much minutes before I even went into the comic book shop. And I was wanting to get this. They had none of them on the shelf. And I started getting a little pissed. I'll be honest. I got a little pissed. I was like, come on, dude. Like, really? But I came back the next week, and sure enough, first thing, this bad boy was on there. And this thing was selling for like $15 on the secondary market, even before, the comic book shop opened. So I'm pleased with it. But yeah, Sleeping Beauties. Once again, this is an awesome novel by Stephen King. But the comic book has gotten a little bit more. I like what they're doing, but they kind of strayed away from some certain things. They brought in a little bit more of a SJW type of input into it, which I don't necessarily mind, but it just didn't, reading the original novel, it didn't really fit the bill for me. But I'm still picking it up just because I love Stephen King and I really do like this novel. And the comic hasn't been too bad. I got Sea of Sorrows, number 2. I read the first one. I thought the first one was pretty good. This is another book that y'all should be reading, in my opinion, Scarenthood. This is issue number 3. I've been really, really enjoying this book. This is from IDW. Basically, it's about a group of parents who, they're kind of conspiracy theorists, but some weird stuff actually goes down. And while they put all their kids into like the pre, I don't know if they're in pre-K or if it's in like, if they're actually in a grade. That I don't know. But when they're having their parent time, they're doing a little bit of investigating there. And this has actually been a real fun read, Scarehood. Also got The Picture of Everything Else, number 1. This is from Vault Comics. And this one is Department of Truth, number 4. Now, like I said, this is the first video I've done in well over a month, so you're going to see Department of Truth again. You're probably going to see several other issues of these titles pop back up. Let's just keep on going. Going on. Now, this one I actually read. I enjoyed the read, but it was actually, I don't know. You tell me what you think. Eternals, number 1. Now, first off, what confused me, when I first walked into my comic book shop, they have their wall, like their wall books. And especially when they have the ratio variants and stuff like that. And they have almost the exact same book up there for $20. And I'm looking at my comic book, I'm like, what is different between this and that? So apparently there is a ratio variant, like a store incentive variant, that on Midtown right now is selling for $90. The only thing that I can tell different in the cover is that here it actually says variant cover, and there might be a little bit of a lighter shade of color right in this area. I'm like, really? Like you're going to charge my LCS is going to charge 20, Midtown trying to charge 90 for something that's, I don't know. But this one, it was actually a good read. I'm glad they did Eternals, just because, we know there's going to be an Eternals movie coming out here soon. And let's just be honest, there's not a lot of people who know a lot about the Eternals. If you take all the combined Eternals books that came out in the past, I mean, we're talking about very short, limited runs. All right, this is not the most popular team up when it comes to when it comes to superheroes. Let's just be honest, right? So I'm glad they're actually bringing back in the comics, maybe get some more hype, behind the movie. But, if you're a little bit of a spoiler alert, if you're reading the Eternals, it'll go in here and it'll kind of give you a little bit of a diagram of, who's who as far as the Eternals go. And there's a special name that they do not mention in here. And to me, within page 2, I was like, they're going to go that route. Just because the person they do not name ends up being the person that shows up at the very end. So yeah, I thought it was a good read, for issue number 1. And let's see what happens in issue number 2. All right, going on. Here's another book that got pretty hot. Dark Knight's Death Metal, number 1. Pretty sweet cover. Pick that one up. Amazing Spider-Man number 56. I think this is also a pretty cool cover. The old Kingpin and Osborn ripping the mask. And speaking of which, Sleeping Beauties once again, number 5. As you can tell, I have a lot of reading to do. All right. Sleeping Beauties number 5. Now, this character in the novel was actually really, really awesome. He was a very integral part of the novel. And so I'm glad that they're portraying him in a way that, when I was reading the book, I sensed it. So, yeah. So definitely check that out. Return of the Valkyries, number 1. This is a King in Black tie-in. So that book kind of got hot. And speaking of getting hot, Star Wars The High Republic, number 1. All right, and this is one of the variants that a lot of people were kind of going after. And, to me, like, I hate doing the spec game. I don't sell books. I don't sell comic books. I never have. Not saying I never will, but I just don't sell comic books. But when I go into a comic book shop knowing that it's day one and this thing's already selling for 3-4 times cover price, why would I not pick it up? Because I hate chasing after books knowing that they're going to be more expensive afterwards. But there you go. This is another one. This is another one that I've actually enjoyed the read. I've actually very much enjoyed the read. I heard Dustin Nick from Two Brothers Comics. Dustin apparently does not like this book as much, but I love it. Crossover. This is issue number 3. Very sweet cover. I thought issues number 1 and 2 were just phenomenal, and I'm very much excited about reading number 3. So there you go. From Image. Donny Cates. Donny Cates goodness. Sorry. Then we got Thor number 11. I still got some catching up to do with this book as well. So far, what I've read, I've really enjoyed. And then Venom number 32. Another book I got a lot of reading to catch up with. Now we're getting somewhat more to the more recent stuff. This is one book that I actually really enjoyed reading. Haha, number 1. Now this is one of those books that I read it and I'm like, what did I just read? What did I just read? But I want more of it. All right. It was a very, very entertaining book. It's a hot book, especially on the secondary market. It makes you question where they're going to go with it for sure. But yeah, if y'all haven't picked Haha, of course, now it's if you didn't get it, you're gonna have to spend some money for it. But I've really enjoyed it. And another one, and I got a good story about this one, but in the next pile, Future State Teen Titans. Right, so this is another one of those hot books that's going for pretty much 3-4 times the cover price, and all basically because of, spoiler alert, this guy right here in the very end, Red X. So this book has been a hot book. It was an interesting read. This whole Future State stuff. First off, I've already told y'all, I'm through and through more of a Marvel fan. I don't like Marvel's event stuff as much. I've definitely turned more indie than anything else. I've always liked DC, but this whole Future State, I don't know. It was a hard read to begin with. Like, I just don't know I guess I haven't read enough to know where they're going with the story, so I'll be completely honest about that. Yeah, and I agree with you, Perry. Looking at the Red X, he does look badass. And I definitely want some more of that. So I'm all about this storyline, but some of the other Future State stuff, it's just, I don't know. I don't know if I can get fully behind it. When it comes to DC, I've always liked Teen Titans. I definitely like the addition of Crush and everything else. So coming up, another King in Black tie-in. We got Quantum versus Carnage. Yep. And I've been picking up more of the tie-ins for this just because I'm a big Carnage fan. It's weird because sometimes the tie-ins are actually better than the main storyline. I don't know if this is going to be the case because I got a lot of catching up and reading to do. And speaking of which, another one, King in Black, Plaintiff Symbiotes. Now, I know this is one of the covers that was more sought. I think this is cover B. I think it was more sought after than cover A. The one thing I do not get about this cover, and I don't know if any of y'all picked this up, look at Venom. Look at the chest of Venom. Like, we got some major boobage going on with Venom. Did something happen that I don't know about? So Venom's definitely packing some cleavage right there, all right? This has been another fun story. Bleed Them Dry. Good old just classic vampire tale. So I've been enjoying that read. Amazing Spider-Man 57. And I guess I've been picking up. So I'm a big Spidey guy. This whole run that's been going on has been hit or miss for me. I really like the Hunted story arc. The whole Kindred stuff was hit or miss. I really liked the character Kindred, but when they did the reveal of who Kindred was kind of a letdown to me. But I've been still trying to pick up ASM, and of course I wasn't able to get a hands on my on that 55, the Gleason cover that's going crazy. But I do have orders for the second print because it is some dope ass artwork. It really is. So speaking of Future State, DC Future State Robin Eternal #1. I did get that. So I've been hand picking. I know, Perry, you just said that Future State has been good. It's been kind of hit or miss. I've been kind of really cherry picking which Future State ones I picked up. There's no way that I'm gonna get all of them. I really just don't care enough to pick up all of them. But I definitely want to check out the Robin one. So I'll pick that up. And I'll save this one for later because that's actually a back issue. Now going into last week's, I got Rorschach. And this was number 4. Yeah, picked up Rorschach #4. King in Black #3. Which I think that's just a dope cover. I'm not gonna lie. I'll save this one for later. Black Cat #2. So you got some anti-venom Black Cat action going on there. Stillwater #5. I know a lot of people have been talking about this book. I've been getting this book since issue #1. It's definitely a different read, but I've enjoyed it, so I've been sticking with it. And usually me with indies, I might give you issues 1, 2, and 3. But Stillwater has entertained me enough where I've still kept up with it. And I know this has been making on a lot of people's top lists as of late. But Stillwater #5 right there. And which I just now noticed. And I don't know if this is an error or not. I just now noticed this. You have Stillwater here. You turn around, the cover on the back is upside down. I don't know if that's an error or not. Well, no, it can't be an error because the writing is all the same. Okay. All right. I just kind of threw me off a little bit. So definitely not an error. It was intentional because all the writing is on the right side, but for some reason this is upside down. But yeah, it's a pretty good read. I definitely recommend it. And back to my man, the Scumbag #4. Like I said, this is a real fun read, y'all. Real fun read. Now we have Abbott, 1973. And this is a book that originally I was going to pass on, but after looking at a few other people's takes on it, at least in a preview sense, I was like, I'm going to give it a try. Because, the cover doesn't really spell, besides the ghostly stuff coming up, it doesn't really spell horror to me. But a lot of people said this is kind of more of a horror book, or at least in that genre. And so I figured I'd at least give it a try. So I got that. And of course, Immortal Hulk, #42. This is actually the book that I'm actually trying to catch up on with reading. I'm almost there. It's kind of hit or miss, but I've been enjoying it overall. Daredevil #25, second print. So as y'all know, and this is where I get into an argument with people, like, oh, so-and-so is the new Daredevil. I'm like, no, so-and-so is still so-and-so, right? She can put on an outfit. It doesn't make her the person, right? But the first print went pretty nuts. Wasn't able to get my hands on it, but I didn't want to pass up on the second print. So I got that. Here's another one. Like I said, I don't read a lot of Star Wars books, but Star Wars books have been off the hook. If you are in kind of the spec game and if you like to flip stuff, Star Wars it's been there. It's been there, all right? Star Wars Dr. Aphra, #7. And, you know, someone made a good point, too. It seems like with Star Wars, they're heating up because there's a lot of first appearances. But it seems like a lot of them have first appearances. So, but like I said, I like to get on the train ahead of time rather than later. Some other indie books, Crimson Flower #1. I really look forward to this read. I've heard some good things about it. So last week, speaking of future state, my LCS, they limited certain books for one per customer, and when they do that, they usually put the books behind the counter, and you have to ask for them. And I actually wanted to check out the Future State Nightwing. That was my goal. I wanted to check out the new Future State Nightwing book. And they said, we don't have cover A, we have cover B. I was like, all right, that works for me. And they didn't give me Nightwing, and I'm kind of glad they didn't, because now I got 2 copies of Future State Teen Titans. All right, so this is cover B of the Teen Titans one. So it was a mistake on their part, kind of gain on my part. I wasn't too upset about it because, like I said, if I don't sell books, but if I did, I could sell this book right now for $15 probably easily. All right, whereas Nightwing, probably not so much. And another one, and this is a book that, like, I did get issue 1, and I might not get any other issues. But when I heard about what happens in this issue, I was like, I have to have it, and that is Batman and Catwoman #2. Right, so this kind of picks up where a lot of what Tom King was trying to hint to and allude to, and I think this is, Tom King's way of trying to have some finality to his initial run. But this story right here, man, this was awesome. This was an awesome story. Whether or not it will be recognized as, in continuity, that I don't know. But Batman Catwoman #2, that is a crazy story in here. All right, I don't want to give spoilers away. All right, now what did I pick up this week? That's the question. And as you can see, quite a bit. All right, so first off, this is another hot book. And there was only 2 on my LCS's shelf. And like I said, I'm there first thing, and I got it. Star Wars, The High Republic #1, the second print. So I managed to pick up that bad boy. Department of Truth, #5. Now, this has been a fun read. This is one of those fun, crazy reads. So I definitely recommend that. Another fun read, Strange Academy, #7. This one, I've actually enjoyed it. It's The Unkindness of Ravens. This is issue #5. I don't think I read 4 yet, so I can't tell you exactly what's going on. But basically, it's about a girl who, moves, or her and her dad move into an area. And it's kind of like, God, what's that movie? It kind of reminds me a little bit of, you have Team A and Team B. Team A is the popular team, but are kind of evil. Then you have Team B, which is the unpopular, but they're magical. And there's other stuff going on, but it's a pretty interesting book. Then I got Daredevil #26. This is a King in Black tie-in. Since 25 got so hot, I'm like, why not try out 26 and see what happens? Captain Marvel 25. Now, this is one that you might not want to sleep on. Captain Marvel, not my favorite read in all. And I'm going to go ahead and give you the spoiler. So the one reason why you might not want to sleep on this book is because towards the end, and there probably will be a second print. There might be even a third print of this book. And then it's Bridget, who is the daughter of Thor. She finally wields Mjolnir and becomes Thor. Right? So it might be one not to sleep on. All right, but overall, Captain Marvel is one that I really don't read a lot of. But once I found out, I was like, okay, I might as well give it a chance. Here's an indie book. This is from Source Point Press, The Eighth Immortal. Pick that bad boy up. Deadpool number 10. And I really, I love Deadpool, as you can imagine. I haven't really got into the current run, but knowing that it was a King in Black tie-in, I figured why not? I'll give it a chance. And then the newest Spawn 314. Got that. The last two new books that I got Stake number 1. I'm really excited about this. Once again, this is one of the reasons why I go to LCS like first thing in the morning, because I know like there was only 2 copies of this on the shelf, and I know that if I'm not there first thing in the morning, I'm not getting it. So, and I'm fortunate enough where I am able to go out and first thing in the morning. So we've got Stake number 1, another book from Scout Comics. So we'll see about that. And here's another one. There's a little story about this one too. So this one actually came out last week. Once again, showed up to my LCS, not on the shelf. Guy who helps run the LCS has a little YouTube channel, and lo and behold, on his video, he shows this as being his top book of the week. And I'm like, okay, you got it in your hands, but it wasn't even on your books, on your shelves in your store. And, things like that, like I always question. You always question people, like if they're being honest to their customers and stuff like that. But I went in today, and sure enough, they had a copy of it, and that is I Breathed a Body by Aftershock. So I was pleased to see this, and this is a book that I really wanted to get last week. It wasn't there. I see the dude on YouTube kind of questioned a little bit, and it was there this week. So, hey, I'm happy. All right, now on to some back issue stuff. Then I got some other stuff to open up for you. Marvel number 1. Marvel number 1. Now, I already own issues 2 and 3. It's kind of a spoof book, like a spoof DC meets Marvel type thing. It's a funny read, all right? You can't take it seriously, but I didn't have issue 1 yet, and I've got issue 1. They also have some back issues of Spawn. So I got picked up 56 for $1. 52 for $1. Got some Savage Dragon on that bad boy. 53. Like I said, just trying to do some fillers when it comes to my Spawn collection. But they had this one, Spawn number 9 for $1. Some Angel action all day long. The Incredible Hulk, $3.93, and I'm just a sucker. Like I said, my main time I was collecting comic books was in late 80s into the 90s, and whenever you put on some foil on the cover, I'm sold. So I picked that bad boy up. Secret Origins Special number 1. This is from 1989, and I actually already have this book. This is a book that I actually had from my original comic book collection. The only reason I got it because one, it was $1, and 2, this one's in way better condition than the one that I've had for 30 something years. So I picked that one up. This one's more graphic novel, Batman Sword of Azrael. Pick that bad boy up. Captain America number 350, featuring the Captain versus Captain America in a dramatic return of the Red Skull. Got that. And once again, a sucker for foil. Daredevil, the Man Without Fear, number 3. It's some old Frank Miller goodness. I don't know if you can see the foil in there or not. Oh, and the last one. This one that I picked up, wasn't in the dollar bins, had to go in the back issue bins. But the Heroes Reborn Wizard number 1.5. So also comes with a COA. Got it for $4, but this book is shooting up all because of old Ricky Barnes right here. So there's a lot of spec value. I know this is a book that's been shooting up in the secondary market as of late. And whenever I hear something like that, so let me go check out my comic book shop, see what they got. And sure enough, they had it. I can tell that it hasn't been looked at in a hot minute because this isn't the new labels they usually put on their books. So it's one of those books that they priced at $4 probably years and years ago, put it back in the bin. I was the first one to find it. So I'm happy about that. All right, now let me make some room here. All right, so as all of you may know, I have a segment on my show called Tipsy Bidding. All right, Tipsy Bidding is when, sometimes, you have a little drink or two, you get on eBay and you make some purchases. Sometimes you're glad you did, sometimes you might regret. In this case, we're going to find out if I regret it or not. I made the most expensive Tipsy Bidding purchase I've done to date. I'll start with the one that I know what it is. So, and if you also know, if you're watching my videos before, just kind of adds to the, this is the unique factor, right? And, back in the day, and they still do it, there's a lot of gimmicky stuff when it comes to comic books. And I always like that. I always like the gimmicky, marketing aspect of comic books. And this is one that I've never had. And I was like, why not? And that is the Superman. Let me check. Oh, this is actually nice. Superman, the Man of Steel, number 30. Right. And so I got this just for like $2 or $3. I didn't pay a lot for it, plus shipping. But what's gimmicky about it is this is actually a story about Superman and Lobo. There's a big fight between Superman and Lobo. But it's polybag. So Superman and Lobo aren't actually on the cover. Now, what you could do, though, is on the back, it actually comes with a bunch of stickers where you could come in and you can make your own fight scene on the cover, right? So basically any comic book collector's worst nightmare is something stuck on their book, right? But I was like, man, I have to have this book. So, yeah, Superman the Man is still number 30. I just think that's awesome. I just like that gimmicky, let's try something different. It's still in the poly bag. I thought about opening it up. I'm probably going to pass on that, but there's all the stickers you could put on the cover if you wanted to. There you go. All right, now on to the more scary one. A little bit of explanation. So, as y'all know, my New Year's resolution for 2020 was to pick up at least 10 comic books of Amazing Spider-Man in between numbers of 1, unlikely, to 100, right? Trying to fill in that gap, right? And I came across a mystery bag on eBay, and it was a mega grab bag Amazing Spider-Man. It was for $100, right? $100, but they guaranteed a few things, and this is the thing. This is why Tipsy Bidding sometimes may or may not be good. Because they guarantee there'd be one silver, at least 5 Spider-Mans, 3 Bronze Age. But then I get into the descriptions the day after I bought it. It's like, let me check, see what I bought again, right? And in the description, it's called a Fantastic Four grab bag. I'm like, oh no, okay. And then this is what makes you question: am I purchasing what was in the title or what's in the description? Always check that description. But basically, it just goes, the further it went into detail, the further I was like, okay, what did I get? So I'm gonna open this bad boy up. I spent $100 on it. That's the most I've ever spent on any mystery bag whatsoever. And you let me know if you think it's a bust or not. Okay? So it was packaged good. I'll give them that. They gave me reused cardboard because there's someone else's name and address on here. So apparently this package has been to California before. Hey, no, hey, no, hey, I'm all about recycling. I don't blame you for that. All right. All right. So we're going to go, and you tell me what you think. So book number 1, Black Hawk versus the Bio Lord. All right, it's a 30-cent cover. DC, pretty good condition. Definitely not one I'm familiar with, and but I bet this one probably on the secondary market is at least got to be a $5 comic, I would imagine. So yeah. Okay, interesting. Obviously not Spider-Man, right? All right, number 2. All right, so this is a Spider-Man, and of course, this is where it begins to be a little bit of a bust because it's a book that I already have, right? So this is Spider-Man, the McFarlane run, number 6, some Hobgoblin action. But this is where like it's a bust for me, but you can't necessarily blame the person, right? Because especially if you collect a lot of comics, how do they know what books you have and what you don't have, right? They can't. Okay, so Amazing Spider-Man number 113. All right, now we're talking. A little rough along the edges for sure. I can only tell it's probably going to be yellow pages in here. It looks to be intact, but there's definitely some damage along the edges. But I believe, I may have to double check my list, but I believe this is one that I don't have. And even if it's not 1 through 100, my whole goal is to collect the whole 1 to 700. All right, that's my ultimate goal in life is to get 1 to 700. So I guess all these are backwards. Let me flip those around just in case. All right, so another Amazing Spider-Man 236. And believe it or not, this is one that I don't think I have. But yeah, that's a pretty cool cover. So yeah, I dig it. Next one, another Amazing Spider-Man 297, and why could have been 298? But 297, another good book to have. And normally what I do is if there's any duplicates that I get in my Spider-Man stuff, like my kids have their own boxes that I'm making for them. Because, one day I will not be here anymore. All my comic books are going to them. Right? All my comics are going to my kids, period. Right? But I also have their own special boxes where like if I get duplicates of stuff, I'll put it in their box. All right, this one's not bagged, it's not boarded. Pit number 1. All right, I don't even need to look at it. I know that's pit number 1. Once again, it's one that I already have. Still a cool book though. Pit was kind of a cool character. I wish they could bring this bad boy back for sure. Pit number 1. Yeah, all right. Spider Tales. Not Spider Tales. Marvel Tales. Not a bad book. I mean, it's in good conditions, 40 cents, and it's 111. But all of y'all probably know Marvel Tales are pretty much always just reprints. There's a few that are worth their value, but other than that, it's just really just a way for you to get a chance of rereading something without spending the buck of getting the original. Defenders 81. Okay. Oh, you got the Hulk on there. Look at the Hulk. Hulk's up there like he's being crucified, right? That's kind of a cool cover. Fantastic Four, number 237. The Eyes Have It. That's pretty trippy. Look at that cover. That's a pretty trippy cover. So yeah, I dig it. All right, and the last one. Okay, so this is Amazing Spider-Man number 45, and I can already tell you that I do not have this in my collection yet. So that's a win-win when it comes to New Year's resolution for 2020. I know we're in 2021, but I bought this bad boy in 2020, and I have several other boxes that I need to open too, just to show you how behind I am. It's actually not in too bad a condition, from what I can tell. I mean, there's definitely some stuff along the spine. I'm opening this thing up. Let's open this up. Okay. I see one thing I don't like about the back. In the back, there's definitely a chip missing out of the end there. You see it's missing some. Got a little tear on the inside piece. That's okay. But overall, I would say this book alone, especially in the condition it is, especially because it's a 45, you might get $20 out of it. So, like I said, I spent $100 on this mystery box. There's a few books I already owned. Can't fault the guy for that. I'm on the fence with this one. I would say that if I had to purchase these all individually on eBay, there's books I probably could have gotten a better deal on, but then you have to add in shipping and all that kind of stuff. There's certain books in here that I don't necessarily collect, but I want to say that if you went in dollar value, I probably got my $100 worth. All right, I probably did. All right, so no fault to the seller. I thought it was a fun book. I gave it a challenge. I got that 45, even though it's not in the condition I might have wanted it in. Just because there are pages that are coming apart, there is parts of the pages missing, that type of thing. But I still have it. It's one I can at least check off on the checklist. So there you go. All right, last thing, and not least, because I know I got another one coming, and that is a BamBox. BamBox. Y'all see me open these up before. Now, where can I find it? It's under all the sea of comic books that I have. Oh, here it is. Which I need to clean up, because if I don't clean up all these comics, my wife is going to kill me. All right, BamBox. Boom. To me, I believe this is the December pop culture box. I skipped the November one, if I'm not mistaken. It was the only one that I skipped all year long. And I can't even remember all the franchises on this one. But it being the end of the year, I thought maybe they might come up with something really cool. I think they had Avengers Endgame, Star Wars. I can't even remember whether it's been a minute. All right, so I'm probably one of the last people to open this up. All right, so if you're like one of those people who like to watch BamBox on openings, or openings, this is probably going to be the last one you see for December 2020. All right, but I do have a January one on its way, so I'm excited about that. All right, stop stabbing myself in the face. All right, there we go. Boom. Here's the pin. Oh, what is that? Star Wars version of Bad Santa. Right now, I'm drawing blanks. I am not going to lie. I want to say I should know what it is, but I have no idea. Steven! How's it going? All right, so here's the card. All right, so they've been doing this whole thing in 2020. I don't know if they're going to do it in 2021. I hope not. These little collector's cards things. Here I got Voldemort, which makes me know that the one that I missed in November was probably Harry Potter, which is probably one that I would have wanted to get. But there you go. And see, and I'm doing good. I said, if you watch the replay, I finally, this is the second time I've ever done a live video. I had so many comic books, so many things to open up. I was like, let me go ahead and just open everything up, go ahead and get it out of the way, not worry about having to record a video and upload it and all that stuff. So I kind of got out of my comfort box a little bit and decided to go live. Once again, you got a BAM scratch card, which, let's see, am I a winner? Probably not. No, I am not a winner. Oh, well. Hey, it's a free try. Oh, who cares about Harry? Oh, come on. Now you're starting to sound like my daughter. My daughter read, Sharon, you might like this story. My daughter read at an early age. She's 15 now. She read all the Harry Potter books up until the last one. And she quit halfway through the last book. Like, just finish it so we can watch the movie together, please. But no, she quit. Okay, this is cool. This is cool right here. This is something different. It's not necessarily unique because it's not a BAM exclusive, I don't believe, but it's a Star Wars Star Destroyer. It's a wooden 3D model that you can do. And that's actually kind of cool. Like I said, it's a little bit of a downer because it's not something that's like BamBox exclusive. This is something I can go to Hobby Lobby, I'm pretty sure, right now and buy. But it's an awesome book. An awesome book. It's an awesome, thing to do. So yeah, I like that. Props to you, BamBox, for doing something different. Like I said, even if something I can already go ahead and buy, I like it. Me and the kids will do that together. All right, now down to the prints, which means I got 2 prints. Here's print number 1. Okay, now I remember what the other one was. And I actually love this. It's not one that's going to go up on the wall, but it's Ernest Saves Christmas. That's the other franchise, Ernest Saves Christmas. And I loved me some Ernest. I remember Saturday morning watching Ernest. You know what I mean, Vern? So I really dig that. I'm glad that Ernest has gotten some attention from BamBox. Ernest was just, I don't know. He holds a special place in my heart, especially in my childhood. I think if I remember in Kentucky, because I think Ernest has passed away. If you don't know, Ernest is dead, and I believe he's buried somewhere in Kentucky. And I would love to go visit that man's grave and just say a little blessing, because man, what this guy did for a lot of kids, it's just amazing. Ernest Scared Stupid is still a Halloween must for our family. So, but yeah. All right, and the last one, which, if I'm not mistaken, well, now I'm confused. All right, let's just see what this is and roll with it. Ah, now this is cool. This is a cool one. It is certified by Beckett, and this is the Avengers Endgame. And it is signed, I'm assuming, by the little girl who plays Tony Stark's daughter. Now that's pretty cool. That's a cool autograph to have. That's a cool shot. Like I said, it is Beckett certified. I like that. I'm glad they actually got someone from the Avengers. And we're talking about this box in general is only like $3. Plus shipping. So obviously you're not going to get a Downey Jr. signature in these boxes, but that's cool. I really, really like that. Kudos BamBox. Y'all did a good job on the December 2020 pop culture box. Here's a little sheet. Let's see what's going on. Another print that you could have gotten. I'm glad you got this print because the other one you could have gotten was where The one you could have gotten other than that is that like Tony Stark, like tucking her in bed. You're not gonna be able to see, but you might. Not the print that the collector's pins are from Bad Santa. Awesome movie. I just can't remember who this one's from though. Like I don't. Was that The Boss? I don't know. The artist alley was Ernest P. Worrell. The prop item was a Star Wars, which was good. And yeah, overall, I thought it was pretty dope. I thought it was pretty dope box. This one actually go up on the wall. I'm not gonna lie, because that was one of those tear jerking, moments overall. So I really like it. I really like it. With that being said, y'all, here I am. I have gone over 50 minutes. I showed you a butt ton of books. Please, if you have the chance, go back and look through it again. Tell me what you think. I want to thank Perry. I want to thank Sharon for popping on. Those are two more people I thought I was going to have. I've been so MIA as of late. This is my first video of 2021. And I apologize for that, and I'm trying to get back into it. But let me know what you think about those books. Let me know what you think about those mystery boxes, especially the comic book one. I really like to know what you think about that. And now what I have to do is I have a lot of cleaning up to do. It's like I got comic books everywhere. So, yeah, but thank you so much for joining me. And hopefully we can do more of this. And I might even do more live stream. It seems to be a little bit easier as far as just getting on and, just doing the video rather than doing, I don't do much editing. Y'all probably already know that. If you watch any of my videos, I don't do a lot of editing. But yeah, thanks, Sharon, for staying with me till the end. Tell the kids I said hey. And y'all have a wonderful day. Hope y'all pick up those books that y'all wanted to pick up on New Comic Book Day. And with that being said, this is the The.Comic.Assassin. Just wishing all of y'all a blessed one. And I will check in with y'all here very, very soon. All right. Thank y'all.